Hi, my name is Sean Stone. I'm a photo editor at Wonderful Machine, and today I'm going to be reviewing the portfolio website of Chicago-based photographer Beth Rooney. Beth actually has two websites right now. She had originally set these up to promote her food and photojournalism brands, respectively. But then, as she continued to work over the years, her food kind of worked its way into a more journalistic direction, and so the websites have kind of merged over the years. So now, while they have different colors and slightly different categories, they both contain really similar work. And so, what I'm going to recommend that we do first is consolidate to a single website, use BethRooney.com, and have Beth Rooney Photography redirect to this one website. So we'll just take a quick look at the kind of stuff that she's creating and how we're going to approach it. She's got on her photojournalism site here an ongoing series that she photographed following a family circus. I believe it's called Zope. So this is a multi-year project, and they're really nice images. It's a really interesting project, but I think that she could easily accomplish this in a single gallery. So consolidating this one project into one gallery. She's got some good editorial clients here, shooting for Saveurs, for Virtuoso. But they're dated, which I think is a mistake. You don't want to show, as long as as long as your images look contemporary, there's really no reason that you should, highlight the fact that these are now a couple of years old, as long as it's still relevant to your brand and relevant to what you create for clients. Then it doesn't matter that it was shot 2 years ago or last week. So here we've got these projects divided up by client, which I think is unnecessary, and she ends up with these kind of small categories, and she's showing pictures that aren't all home runs, although these are all pretty solid. But there are a couple of weak links in this chain. And so I think that she'd be better off having a single category of, a food category and a reportage category, instead of having things broken down into these projects. And then she's also got, just again with the kind of layers and organization that she's got, we've got projects here, we've got projects here in the form of photojournalism essays. We've got food organized in kind of a different way. Eat in, eat out, eat local. And then we've got collections, which further kind of breaks the work out into this unnecessarily complicated, hard to follow kind of thing. And these are nice enough images, but they don't necessarily promote her brand as well as they could. And the other website is a pretty similar thing. We've got some of the same assignments on here, and then we've got kind of a similar way of breaking out the food into more project-based sections, which again I think is just not really necessary. So for her, I think that we'll be working on a new edit. We'll be working on reorganizing more than anything, and consolidating the food work, consolidating the reportage, and pushing her more in the direction that she wants to go, of shooting high-end editorial food work, and still sticking to some of her more long-form documentary projects, like the circus family that she was working with. Well, I am going to get to work on Beth's edit, and I will show you the results shortly. Okay, I'm back. Beth has made some changes to her website, so let's take a quick look. First of all, she updated her word mark, looks a little bit better, a little bit more contemporary. And then as far as the website goes, she's changed to a different template. She's still stuck with Neon Sky, but mixed up her template a little bit, and I definitely think it's an improvement as well, better use of space. And I also like her images on black. I'm not always a big fan, but for her I think it works. So as far as the edit goes, we start out with food and reportage. Food, I've divided up into two sections, farm and table, which is just kind of a trope that food photography's taken lately. But I think it works well for her. We've got this first section, which is more about storytelling, and then the second section is more about the food itself and these kind of nicely plated images that her clients are hiring her for. And then in her reportage section, we pared it down significantly. We've combined several stories to take up less space, and then we've cut it down to some of her most client-friendly, kind of the longer form documentary that we talked about. And then everything else has stayed pretty much the same. We've got about contact, and then also a multimedia section for some of her audio-visual stuff that she's worked on. So all in all, I'd say a pretty big improvement from Beth. So if you have any of your own consulting needs that you'd like us to help you out with, please feel free to get in touch. Thanks for watching.